seems to be this crisis right now with enemy phase defenders. It seems like unless you're Brave Ike, you're just not doing your job. And so we're seeing a lot more units that are meant to be on enemy phase, and a lot of people are throwing steady breath on them, and a lot of people are putting quick riposte on them. You might see one of those two in the moment here, but for the most part, it seems like they're still not doing their job. But we're going to go ahead and fix that with Shiro, and if you want to have an awesome defender, stay tuned. Greetings and salutations, my name is Deltran, helping you build killing machines so you can dominate in PvP and in special hero maps. And if you want to have help earning all the orbs, feathers, secret coins that this game throws at you every single week, consider subscribing. So let's get his digits. 163 BST, that's a good thing. Once again, continuing the escalation of power in the game. Attack of 35, that's actually really pretty good as his defense of 35, but you know what, we're going to come back to that because what has me excited is his speed, 30. It's not even good, but it has me excited. The weapon skills we got working with here, we got Bright Naginata, is that how you say that one? Please correct me down in the comments below, giving us another additional attack and defense whenever we initiate in combat, which is pretty cool. On the flip side, though, we do have Steady Stance, which gives us +6 defense whenever we're initiated on, so that's pretty cool. And Defense Tactic, brand new. Let me take a half a moment to explain real quick. For those of you who have seen this for the first time right now, what this does is it gives everybody a +6 bonus to defense as long as their movement type is within 2 or lower. In other words, infantry, flyers, armor, those are, and horses, those are the movement types. If you have 3 or more of one of those, they're not going to get the buff. Otherwise, they'll get the buff as long as they're within 2. So that's a pretty interesting way to slice this. It's encouraging mixed teams, and I've always encouraged mixed teams, so it's just good to see some support for that. Let's jump straight into the builds, and this here is a budget build for you. We're going to give them reposition because all the winners use reposition, and we'll give them bonfire instead of having an empty space there so that we can go ahead and leverage that awesome defense that he has. As a matter of fact, between Steady Stance and Bright Naginata, he has an incredible defense that it's just going to wall up on people whenever bonfire triggers. Poison Strike 3 is an interesting choice here. I recommend it because when it comes down to it, there is an interesting dynamic that happens here, and we can see here from the duelist in the wall values that pop up here that Poison Strike does a lot for us. Let's go ahead and take a look at the Obituaries. We're at 7 and 6 on initiation, 6 and 6 on defense, and what's happening here is that we actually do super well with ourselves once we have Poison Strike. It makes this a very tricky build to work around because you still have a punishment for engaging this particular unit, even if you get rid of it. There is a lot going on with this particular build, and honestly, from a budget standpoint, this just makes it a pain to deal with, and that's what you want. There might be a couple substitutions that you could put in here, like you could put in Quick Riposte too if you want to have that double tap back. It's gonna be pretty nice, but on the other hand, if you are trying to make a defender, you need to make a defender who's going to defend your group, not try to do some type of other weirdness, and Poison Strike is what's getting that for you. You can see here we're taking care of all kinds of wonderful people. Whenever we're attacked, we're taking care of Brave Roy, Arden, Zephiel. As far as whenever we attack, you know, we can get rid of several people who are very troublesome, like Kagero and Brave Lynn there. But of course, people whenever we don't want to catch are people like Kagero. We also can't take out Reinhardt. We can't take out Celica. There's a lot of problems here for us, so we're still coming up short on the mark. And you know what? Quick Riposte would not fix that for us. But Poison, especially on a defensive team, that's going to make him work very well. So let's go ahead and take a look here. I actually have only one more build for you, but it's split into 2 because there's a choice that you have to make. And we're going to go ahead and start taking a look at this with this particular build here. So we're going to go ahead and have Steady Breath. Surprise! A defender with Steady Breath. And Wrath 3 as the B slot. So what this is going to do, going into the Obituaries, we have 14 and 3 on initiation, 7 and 4. So this gives him some good killing power going into it. And I missed something that you may have caught. Let's do a quick rewind here on what this build has on it. Slaying Lance Plus. I threw away his weapon And here's why. Let's go back to the Obituaries. You need to have speed. You really need to have speed. And by having speed, I'm talking you need a lot. In this particular build, I'm recommending you have a plus speed IV nature, and between the lance and between the seal, you can get up to 39 speed. That's the problem with defenders nowadays. It's not how defensive they can be. It doesn't matter if you could break 40 defense anymore. That's not that impressive, and you could do it in much simpler ways than what Shiro is doing it. But everybody keeps getting doubled, and it gets you killed. So this particular build is a more aggressive variant of what's going on. The steady breath there is meant to charge up our bonfire so that we can just swing back with it really quickly, kill some people that would otherwise kill us, and wrath is here so that we can charge that quicker because we're going to get hit really quick, and then we can also go initiating and have fun in that regard. You can see here from the Obituaries that we're taking care of a lot of people on initiation that we like, and let's go ahead and flip over to defending. I mean, we're taking care of a lot of people still. We still could catch Naui and Fjorm, that's great. A lot of red that we would expect, which is wonderful. There are some people we want to ignore catching. A lot of mages in this particular build. You know, we see the Reinhardt, we see Delthea. These are people, and like red mages are punking us down. That's because our resistance is terrible. So that's where the second build comes into play. We're going to go ahead and put distant counter and guard on him. You could do guard for the first build if you really want, but honestly I like Wrath because it gives you the option to go offensive, and it also gives you the ability to have more points in PvP arena. Guard, however, if you go with distant counter, is the best because otherwise you're just charging up people's specials and you can't have that happen to you. Looking at the Obituaries here, it's 7 and 2, 10 and 4, so we are taking advantage of distant counter. As far as people that we can defend against now, there's some mages here. We can actually attack Brave Lin back in some cases, you know, Brave Bow variant. Kagero is here. Hey, it's great to see you, as well as some of those pesky red mages. Finally, we're getting rid of them. That's what a blue defender should be doing. Other people that we continue to win against, we have an Arden, Crom. There's still some people that we don't want to catch, and that's a lot of green mages, but when it comes down to it, this build is here if you want to be a ranged unit counter. Now, this is all on assuming it's plus speed. That's the biggest problem here. You will need to increase his merges to compensate for some of the highest merged variants of mages. Otherwise, this is going to do the trick for you. If you don't care, if you already have a ranged counter for mages, there's a lot of really good ones in this game, and then you probably want to go with that first build that I had for you. So what do you think? And do you like the shorter format for these videos? Let me know down in the comments and in our new Discord channel, link down in the doobly-doo. Come on and jump on in, say hi. I'll be there all the time because I don't have a life. And hey, do me a favor, if you like Fire Emblem information hot and fresh like Grandma's cookies, hit that subscribe button. My name is Deltran. Thank you so much. I greatly appreciate all of you. And until next time, take it easy.